Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where in the world you are today. Greetings from Bangkok, Thailand, and welcome to 30 Minutes Promoting Unity in Diversity with Wanny Angerer and Moving Cultures today with an amazing guest with a golden voice and with a golden heart. He is my dear friend and colleague from India, Sandeep Srivastava. Welcome, Sandeep.
Namaste.
Namaste. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandeep, for accepting our invitation to share your experiences and your life and your journey with music and compassion for humanity. Who is Sandeep Srivastava?
Thank you for inviting me, Wanny. Thank you.
So, who is Sandeep Srivastava?
A wanderer, maybe a seeker, yes, a student of music, uh, a disciple of, the goddess of knowledge, Ma Saraswati, and Mother Nature, Prakriti. Yeah, that's what I am.
Would you be able to share with us your journey and the power of music as a healing tool?
Can you repeat your question, please, Wanny?
Yes, would you be happy to share with us how music has influenced your life in a constructive and positive way and also help you to heal?
Well, music definitely has changed the course of my life, and I feel that it has given my life a meaning, a reason to live. It's my meditation. Yes, I do earn a living out of it too. I'm very fortunate. But yes, it gives me immense happiness, and no matter how much sufferings or stress I have, but when I come back to music, uh, yeah, it's a big healing factor, and I'm able to embrace and accept, any kind of pain and misery, anguish. So definitely, music has helped me tremendously and has given me a reason to celebrate life, to look forward to something meaningful and be creative. And yeah, it also evokes compassion and love, sharing and caring. So all these things have helped me grow as a better human being.
Now that you're talking about music helping you to be a better human being, it also has helped you to understand more about your strengths and weakness.
Definitely, yes, yes. Because what happens is, Vani, uh, see, you have to be very truthful when it comes to meditation or music. You have to drop your ego, whatever acquired knowledge you have. So you are like a little child when it comes to the vast ocean of music. And if you are truthful, then definitely you see the pros and cons, your positivities, like positive side and the negative side, and you're able to kind of uh, work on yourself, uh, and kind of grow uh, with a lot of sensitivity and sensibility. So definitely, yes. It has helped me to figure out what are my shortcomings and the areas where I have to work more. And like uh, when I sing, or maybe when I perform, so the response that I get is that you know your voice is soothing or healing. So, and also I at times I feel that you know when I'm singing and when I'm kind of aligned and tuned, then I don't know, from somewhere tears do well up, and emotional just like that. There must be a reason, and definitely it evokes that the sensitivity in you, and makes you more vulnerable and soft.
You mentioned at the beginning of the conversation that being in a position of dropping your ego is also a way to grow up. Can you see the difference between Sandeep 20 years back and Sandeep now?
Yes, I have mellowed down tremendously.
Mhm.
Also, it's life teaches you with all the experiences you get, and definitely music. Yes, I have mellowed down quite a bit.
How can you let people understand the journey and the change in a person through the application of music like it happened to you? Can you give us a little bit of insight on this?
Well, it's the connect, Vani. Personally, I'm talking about myself. Once you feel connected and aligned with that, we call it swara. In Western music, it's note, or maybe you can call it melody or harmony. But when you are attuned, when you are connected, uh, it makes you more rooted, and then there's no need to kind of chase unnecessary things. See, ultimately, it's about your inner happiness, and we fill in so much of outside clutter that life becomes very stressful. So now with music, see, for me, like people look for meditation. Otherwise, for me, my music, the raga music which I practice, it's meditation to me. I don't have to do anything else. And it's not a regime or something that I follow. It comes naturally to me. I sit and every day I look forward to it. I look forward to my teaching sessions, sharing music with my students. Uh, but yes, definitely it makes you more rooted, more connected, more truthful towards yourself and others, and also compassionate and more soft and sharing and caring, which I've mentioned earlier. So you become more beautiful.
Sandeep, you were talking about specific elements and terminology of the Hindustan classical music. And I think this is a good opportunity to enlighten it and also to let other people know more about it. Can you please inform what the Gharana is and what the stages of the training are?
See, gharanas are, like schools, different schools, different styles of uh, maybe approaching a rag or teaching a rag. So, but in the modern times, there are still gharanas. People do follow gharanas, but with the advent of technology and with so much of kind of sharing music performances, so now musicians are picking up beautiful things from all the gharanas. Like we have different gharanas, like schools or institutions. So musicians pick up from different gharanas and you know uh, just assimilate and make their music richer, and rightly so. I feel that earlier it used to be that different gharanas used to kind of guide their own respective styles, and the the methodology of teaching, or approach to a rag, or the finer subtle points in rag, in the rendition of a rag. But nowadays things have changed, and people are accepting and embracing all the beautiful things from different gharanas. So gharanas basically are schools and institutions, like a Gwalior gharana, or a Mewati gharana, or a Kirana gharana. So there are different gharanas. There are some, there are some similarities. There are some very unique features in different gharanas, like you know doing a alap in a particular style, or a tan in a different style. So they have unique features, distinct features. Uh, but nowadays, people are all kind of, just picking up, whatever suits
Mhm.
them, their style of singing or playing, and they perform. And it's accepted. People are not kind of,
Mhm.
don't have any, issues as
It's,
far as
it's
people.
wonderful that now is some flexibility, and also
Very
the
good.
the opportunity to learn without kind of a self-consciousness. You mentioned two words. They are the alap and the talas. Can you explain us about that?
Okay. So alap is like unfolding or unfurling of a rag, or the notes of a particular rag, uh, in a slow pace. uh, it's, you can call it improvisation, also elaboration. uh, so we learn a rag, see, we have to, because ours is an oral tradition, so we have to sit and learn the alap from a guru, because it can't be bookish. You cannot pick up from book. uh, to an extent, yes, by listening to different musicians, to a CD, or online, you can kind of imbibe a few features, but it's not the full thing. You have to sit and learn the elaboration, the unfurling of a rag, that you have to learn, because there are so many subtle points and nuances that you cannot learn from a book, or by listening. You have to sit and understand the complexities of a rag, and the elaboration and the improvisation. Once you get that, the second term I used was tan, not tal. So tan is a faster pace, kind of, when after a beautiful session of alap with a bandish. Bandish is a composition. You do the bandish, you do the alap, and then the faster pace, you build a crescendo, and that's when you start using tan. So tans it's a faster paced alap. But with alap, when you're doing it slow paced, then you have to, use all the curves, and the the subtle points you have to remember. But then tan, you can go straight and come back. Tan can be practiced,
Practice.
using a book or something. But alap, you have to really learn. The treatment of a rag has to be learned from a guru.
Sandeep, will you be able, please, to do a presentation of these elements with you singing? What is the alap a little bit, and then what is the tan, so that people can see the difference? Because, like you say, it's something that is very practical. So if we explain, of course, we get the terminology, but sometimes, like you say, it's the subtle elements. So is that possible?
Okay.
So Sandeep is at the moment setting his electronic tempura. is also going to let us know what that is for those who don't have any experience in Indian classical music.
So okay, here's a glimpse of alap and tal in a rag called Bhairavi. Uh, uh, Technically, theoretically speaking, it's a morning melody, but Bhairavi is sung at any point. So here's the alap. Ga Sarga Maga Sa Nidha Sa Nisa Gama Pada Pa Gama Da Pa Gama Ga Sar Nidha Gama Pada Pa Gama Gama Da Pa Nisa Gama Da Da Pa Gama Ga Sa Re Sa Da Ni Sa Re Ni Da Sa. So that's the ala. Just improvise uh, the notes of a particular raga. Like Bandish's composition, Abatori Baki Lovaniya, Abatori Baki Lovaniya, Abatori Baki Chitvan Mero Man Basakino Pyari Pyari Badiya Karake Abatori Baki. So that's the composition. So alap and composition, and the tan is the faster version of alap. Nizagama pada da ma pa pa ga ma ma ga pa pa ma ga re sa. Nizagama pada ni sa sa re re ni sa sa da ni da re re sa ni da pa pa da ma pa pa ga ma ga pa ma ga re sa. Pa da pa da ma pa ga ma re ga ma pa ma ga re sa. Sa re ni sa da ni sa re da pa da ma pa ga ma re ga ma pa ma ga re sa. Ni sa ga ma pa da pa Tori Baki. So we connect everything to the composition, to the foundation. That's how it's done.
Thank you, Sandeep. Now that you already instructed us in a little elements that are key for the Hindustan classical music, you're also been crossing barriers with an amazing project that is called the Asagao Mehfil. Can you please tell us more about that?
Okay, I'll first tell you how it started. When I moved to Goa in late 2012, another friend of mine, Chinmaya, who invited me, who kind of arranged and organized my stay here, initially. And I think when I moved to Goa, because most of our friends here were musicians, so we thought of kind of having a get-togethers where we do a little bit of music. That's how kind of the Asako Mehfil idea came up. And early 2013, we started doing little gigs in a house, in a beautiful house here in Goa, and inviting friends, and there were chai and samosas. So people contributing a little bit, there used to be a jar where people used to kind of, contribute little money. But then it kind of, the word spread, and the kind of music which was happening, like it was totally different, not kind of, just one uh, genre of music, type of music, but, there was bhakti music, there was classical music, there was Western classical, there was Sufi, and there were dances. So, it was an amalgamation of, it was very diverse, actually, what you call your project. So unity and diversity. So, dancers from different countries. Goa being a, it's a cosmopolitan state. So, traveling musicians and dancers, from different countries. They were, they used to be, coming every season, and COVID thing has stopped them, actually, a lot of them. But otherwise, and they were always, very eager to participate. And so I brought in, Chinmay and I brought in, everything from classical to, jazz to Sufi to flamenco, and it picked up, and people started enjoying that, and they really used to look forward that, we have to attend the mehfil. And till date, we have a very kind of, uh, devoted set of mehfil lovers and ardent fans. So I have a, good network here. So yeah, that's how it became a name here in Goa, that now people have started recognizing and appreciating.
Yeah, you created a culture of sharing and also understanding, and also gave an inspiration to the new generations in Goa,
Yes,
because
it was Chinmay and
this,
I, both of us, we did it together. And yes, definitely, a lot of people got inspired. Now, when you come to Goa, you see, there are a lot of performance arenas, spaces that have come up, and a lot of activities going on, which is amazing, which is beautiful. But earlier it used to be in North Goa, other than, a few uh, organizations or, venues where, concerts were happening. The Asagaon Mehfil in Asagaon, it was one of the major, events that used to take place, and people used to look forward to it.
you have proved that together and also with tenacity, it's possible to impact the society.
Sorry, I got a call. Anyway, yeah, please carry on.
Yes, that I was saying that thanks to the tenacity and the love of art, you have managed to create this resilience and these opportunities for the Goan community.
Yes, a lot of Goans and, you know, from other parts of India and the world. In fact, I have, at the Asagam Mehfil, people from US, UK, Canada, Switzerland, Israel, Germany, Italy, so many artists, they have performed here. Yes, Goans for sure. And from Delhi, Bombay, Pune. So many artists have, graced the stage here at Asagam Mehfil. And big ones also, the very big artists, they have performed here. So it's an honor for the Asagam Mehfil. Yeah, I'm very happy. Always happy to create something beautiful and meaningful, and because it enriches my music as well. Meeting them, watching them perform, you learn so many things.
Yes, Sandeep, you have proved that peace is dynamic and that peace can be presented in a live setting. You
Absolutely.
also just released a video, a musical clip named Gaman. There is a tribute to victims of this terrible health crisis that has been affecting the whole world. And you personally lost your sister. And I'm going to play a bit of the video. and then we're going to be able to hear from you more about it. Okay?
Sure.
Screen share.
शांति 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 देव शांति अंतरिक्षं शांति पृथ्वी शान्तिः आपः शान्तिः औषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतय शान्तिः विश्वे देवाः शान्तिः ब्रह्मा शान्तिः सर्वं शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः
Welcome to a very special mehfil of music. It is said that where words fail, music speaks. Music is truly a universal language. And today it brings us together in fond remembrance of all our loved ones who have passed away during the pandemic. Sandeep Srivastava, the co-founder of the Asagaon Mehfil, has specially curated and produced this impressive lineup of musicians for you in memory of his most beloved and cherished sister, Babita Saxena, who tragically lost her life to COVID and whose birthday it is today, 23rd of July. Gaman. The word means going away. It is a first in a series of virtual concerts that hopes and aims to support all musicians from across the world and India that are struggling in these most difficult times, whose livelihoods have been impacted and affected due to social distancing. And first and foremost, we want to thank those wonderful musicians who have given so generously of their time and their talent to bring you this performance. Thank you. Though this mehfil is not ticketed, we hope you will be generous in your support and your contribution. It will be greatly appreciated because the monies we raise will go in helping musicians struggling during these difficult times. Now, a magical roster of most talented performers await you. But may we suggest that you use a headphone or a Bluetooth speaker to really enjoy the sound recording. So, welcome to Gaman. And without any further delay, let us begin. Enjoy.
पिपरा के पतवा सरीखे डोले मनवा के जियारा में उठत हिलो हर पुरवा के झोंकवा में आयो रे संदेशवा कि चले आज देशवा की ओर पिपुरा के पतवा सर के डोले मनवा के जियर में उठत हिलो हर पुरवा के झोंकवा में आयो रे संदेशवा के चल आज देशवा की ओर।
जीता रास्ता है राह तकता है कहाँ ढूंढूं तुम्हें मन भटकता है कहाँ ढूंढूं किधर तुम्हें पाऊं दिल की किसे मैं सुनाऊं दिन निकलता है दिल बुझता है कहाँ ढूंढूं तुम्हें मन भटकता है मेरे घरों देखी भोली सी गुड़िया मेरे घरों देखी भोली सी गुड़िया बाती दिए सी रंगोली सी गुड़िया माथे पे मेरे रोली सी गुड़िया मेरी कलाई पे मौली सी गुड़िया पंख पसारे वो चंचल सी चिड़िया पंख पसारे वो चंचल सी चिड़िया जाने कहाँ उड़ गई
Beautiful. Sandeep is very clear, the message, project, love that is out of it. So please tell us more about this initiative.
I went through a very tough time when my sister was hospitalized, both physically and mentally. The month, she was hospitalized in Delhi, so it was terrible for me. But then, it was everybody was hoping that she'll come back home, but she didn't make it. So, and also I couldn't go to Delhi because there was this cyclone happening, and I was not in a state to travel. Uh, I was physically very weak and mentally totally kind of exhausted and shattered. So I couldn't, say goodbyes and, couldn't be with her, couldn't give her a send off. That was very agonizing, very, very painful. And so I was carrying that, and I needed kind of, to get it out of my system because it was becoming very heavy. So I just, I was sitting at home just by myself and just picked up a pen and, jot down these lines which I recorded for my sister. And that's when I thought that I couldn't say goodbyes And so 23rd July was a birthday. So I thought, then let me create something just to kind of, pay my uh, homage and respects and love and affection, because music is the only way, uh, and that's the only thing which I know and I can do. So then I thought that let me just put it together, and I spoke to a few friends of mine, and a lot of friends, they really helped me during this crisis. They were there, phone calls, personal visits and everything. So I'm thankful to all of them, grateful to be, you know, by my side, during that critical phase. And then I spoke to friends, and you know, this this was conceived, and all these wonderful musicians like Prem Joshua and Sanu, Sharat and his son Shukriti, Shambhu, Lalit and Kiran, all of them, they readily agreed, and they had sent their videos, especially for this occasion, 23rd, when my sister's birthday. And so then, I dedicated this to my sister, and also it was not just my sister. I had lost, so many friends. I know some colleagues and musicians here in Goa. Two of the musicians who had performed for the Asagaon Mehfil, and I was, in touch with them on a regular basis. Derek Julian, one of the finest guitarists in India, and very, like, he was like my brother. He passed away, and another amazing sitarist, Yogaraj Nayak, very young. So all this thing kind of, it was so overwhelming, and so I had to kind of, create something kind of, to kind of, get this feeling out of my system. And yeah, so once I created this video, I dedicated it to my sister, and to the all, uh, to everyone who lost their loved ones to COVID, and to the friends who have lost. Uh, so yeah, when it came together, it gave me some relief, some respite. So and then that's when I was able to. Around that time, I was able to visit Delhi, meet my brother-in-law and my nephew, and then we traveled to my hometown, my brother's family. So we all were together for her birthday, and we watched this performance together. All very emotional, and her friends as well, very dear friends, my sister's friends, they were also there. So very emotional, but yeah. But Bani, see, life goes on. You have to, pick yourself up, and then so. But yeah, it was devastating. It was. I don't know how to kind of express this, but yes, music helped me, and some of the very dear friends of mine, uh, they helped me big time. So I owe it to them.
Yeah, I continue to admire your resilience and your capacity of love. So thank you so much, Sandeep, for promoting unity and diversity through your music, your artistry, your platform, and also the way you are, because that's actually what makes the big difference. So we invite everybody to please join the Asagao Mayfield YouTube channel, and you can also enjoy the whole concert of Gamaat,
Gaman, Gaman means going
Gaman
away.
going away. There is a very, very enriching, soothing, peaceful concert. I have the opportunity to have seen it all, and you're not gonna regret it, and it's going to feed your soul. Sandeep, one last message to say goodbye.
Okay. my message is through my music. I will sing an invocation. It's for the universal peace and harmony, and that's why what my message is: be musical, be loving, be compassionate, and yeah, friends are beautiful. Friendship is beautiful. Yeah, have good friends and keep loving. So I'm just finishing, signing off with an invocation. Bhumi Mangalam Mudaka Mangalam Mudaka Mangalam Agni Mangalam Agni Mangalam Vayu Mangalam Vayu Mangalam Gagana Mangalam Gagana Mangalam Surya Mangalam Surya Mangalam Chandra Mangalam Chandra Mangalam Jagata Mangalam Jagatamangalam Jiva Mangalam Jiva Mangalam Deha Mangalam Deha Mangalam Manu Mangalam Manu Mangalam Atma Mangalam Sarva Mangalam Bhavatu 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 Sarva Mangalam Bhavatu 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 Sarva Mangalam Bhavatu 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 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, Vani. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, inviting me to your space.
Thank you, Sandeep. My love. Namaste.
Namaste.